All right, folks, here's some neat stuff right here from Toy Biz. Back in the day, back before the Marvel Legends, back sold obviously at KB Toys, you had a pretty neat set right here. This was Angel. Look at that version of Angel, looking all 90s and goth and angry. Partly because it's the Savage Land version, partly because that was right around when he became Archangel, so there was still some of that story involved there. And then, of course, with Sauron, if you have an opportunity to take a look at the history of why they used Sauron and how it was kind of a take, obviously, on the J.R.R. Tolkien mythos. Encourage you to look at that. I'm not going to take your time with that right now, but this is our condition report, and so I'm going to report on the condition of the item itself. So as you can see, both of those items inside looking neat and fancy. Usually Sauron is a little bit larger in the comic books. He appears to be a little bit larger, but this version, oh, look at those legs. He is a for those of you who do not know, he is a were-adactyl, a were-pterodactyl, he's a dude that turns into a pterodactyl at night, like a werewolf, but obviously a dinosaur. We'll show you the box itself, still sealed. You can see the tape still right there, looking nice. And the box is actually looking pretty good. So if you remember those Savage Land issues back when that story arc was kind of going on, and then of course Toy Biz decided to run with that and make these. The window box is looking surprisingly good, and overall pretty nice box. So there you have it. Head on over to TheBigToyAuction.com. You can see these photos. You can zoom in on it, and I do want to mention we will point out the size on it. I don't know if we did that earlier. These are a little bit smaller than your typical Marvel Legend size. And I do want to point out the sticker. We always leave those on just because of the provenance that they provide. Gives you a nice sense of history. It's kind of like the patina on an old antique. We leave those. If you don't like it, remove it with some Goo Gone or some lighter fluid. Typically, we'll remove that real easy. I encourage you not to gouge at it, but to come at it from the side. And those usually will come off real nice. But we leave it on there just because it's a nice bit of history dating back to 1997. Sticker has been on there, so we leave it. So head on over to TheBigToyAuction.com. You can leave your pre-bids right now, or you can join us at the live event. Either way, we look forward to seeing you at the auction. Here you go, folks. Here's a neat piece right here from Toy Biz, the Savage Land version. It took some characters. Savage Land is kind of magical if you're not familiar with that in the Marvel comics. So it has the ability, I guess, to turn Colossus into a Triceratops. It has the ability to make Storm kind of a little bit more feral, as it were. So we'll show you the size marker right here, just so you can get an idea of the size of these. And of course, to let you, so that we have this for the catalog photo. You can always see those catalog photos at TheBigToyAuction.com, as you see it right here. That's the size of Aurora. She is a little bit smaller than would be her Marvel Legends counterpart. And of course, Colossus, he's bigger, but I want you to see that. That is pretty neat. That little Colossus Ceratops? Triceracopsis? I don't know what you want to call him. You can see a little bit of dirt, some shelf wear, dust on that bubble. We're trying to show you the actual figures in there right there. So they are in there. They are never been removed. That looks like a rubber band somebody tossed on it, but it is not. That's the see the bottom? That is the strapping for it to keep these guys from flopping around inside the box. Let's take a look at the box. So the first thing is, as I said, that KB toy sticker is on there. We always leave those because of the history, the provenance. I think it's a neat piece of the history of this entire thing, so we leave it on. Move it yourself, of course, if you don't like it there. If you want to display this in a different way with some Goo Gone or some lighter fluid, does the trick. A little bit of wear to the front of this. You can see it's starting to lose just a little bit of paint, but not a ton. I will talk about this. As often happens with these kind of window boxes, back in the day, these were pretty common. Can come undone at the bottom, push in a little bit, fortunately, but it doesn't affect the overall. Look at that. That's how it displays. So it displays nice. It doesn't affect that at all. And of course, for those that care about these sort of things, it has not been removed. You can see the original factory tape right there. Shine the light on it here to see any major gouges, dents, dings, etc. And I don't see any. No tears, no ripping. Just your typical shelfware. So overall, a really nice piece. The X-Men, Savage Land, Savage Storm, and Colossus.